Yeah, I actually started competitive curling right away. I think after my first year, I got onto a competitive team, had a good junior career, went to 6 nationals, and won a national and a world championship in juniors, and then transitioned over to men's and made a pretty good transition. Got to a couple Briars and got on a good run back in 2005 and won the Olympic trials and ultimately the Olympics. And since then, we've had a couple good runs at the Briar, and our team right now is building towards hopefully the Olympic trials next year and maybe a Briar run.
Obviously, there's been a lot of changes with Brad's team. 3 years ago, there's everyone's different.
He was looking at starting a new team for the next 4-year cycle for the Olympics, and luckily I got a call, and Adam Casey, our second, got a call, and then we got Brett just this year joined our team. So he's had a few tweaks over the years, but now we have, I think, the 4 right guys.
Yeah, he's the old guy in the team. He still likes going to the bars with us because he usually gets ID'd.
He teases us a lot. I think we're pretty good to him. I think we make him appear younger than he is.
Yeah.
I think it's probably good for his image being around us all the time. Otherwise, he might look old and haggard.
Adam is he marched to the beat of a different drum, or his own drum.
Well, we always bug him and give him a hard time that he's the old guy on the team and all that. But it's been pretty good. He obviously he's only 32 or 33, so I mean it's not like he's old, but he's been around for so long. He's played in these big events, played in the Briar now 10 years this year. So he's experienced as a lot of the guys that are in their 40s out there. So I think it was a challenge for him to start with. Starting with such a new team, and we're taking our lumps here and there, but I think he's pretty excited going forward and sees a lot of potential in us.
He does have the experience where we're quite a bit younger. And this is kind of really our first or second run through the tour and things like that, where he's been on it for ages now, so it's different.
Well, I'd like to get back to the Olympics. For me, personally, I'd love to get a Briar. I've won an Olympic medal before, and I haven't won the Briar, which would be nice. But it'd be a very big internal battle for me to figure out if someone said that you can win one more Olympics or one Briar. I'm not sure which one I choose, but it'd be nice to get both again.
I'd like to win an Olympics, but I've never done it. I think that'd be an unbelievable experience. Like growing up as a kid, playing so many different sports, I don't know that I grew up well. Like the Briar was really cool, but the Olympics was the be-all, end-all. So I think for me, that'd be the ultimate goal. The fans, they paid to get in here. They want an autograph. I think it's our obligation to sign it, and it feels good. You make a little kid's day or something. It's got a good feeling about it. And I think part of the game, I'm sure at some point I was probably one of those kids up there, and somebody may have inspired me to practice and go a little bit harder. And I think anything you can do, I think the sport's almost dying, so anything we can do to keep people coming and encourage a younger generation to take up the sport and stick with it, I think that's a great thing that we can do.
I think it's really important. I think I try and make time for them every event, win or lose. Sometimes when you lose, you just want to get in there and get changed and get out. But it's important for us as promoters of the sport to encourage those people and to sign and get the pictures and even just have a brief conversation with them. I think it's going to attach them to the game a little bit more, and maybe in a year or two time they'll pick curling over another sport. It kind of frustrates me a little bit when some players don't really take the time, but most do. And I think it's great. I think it's just promoting the sport and promoting the Grand Slam series and what we're trying to do and make it bigger and better.
Yeah, I know it's probably different. Like I played quite a bit of competitive basketball and quite a bit of soccer, and it's different. I think in those sports, like it's so fast-paced, you don't get a real opportunity to ever get to know the guys, and like going out for a beer after the game's almost like completely out of the question. So I think in those sports you hate people and it's good, and I think in the sport of curling, I think it's more so you're playing against the other guy's rocks. It's not so much that you're playing against them. Like I think it's a good bond amongst all the teams. I don't find you're really rooting against anybody.
I love a lot of aspects of it. I love the strategy. I love the athletic part of it too. Just being able to put a rock in a certain spot, the feel, the touch. And then be able to manipulate it with the sweeping. Like, there's so many aspects that I do like. It is a pretty individual sport, but it's a team sport as well. Especially from the skip standpoint, it can get pretty lonely down there when you're by yourself, and then you got to make that last shot to win a game. It feels like it's all on you, but there are moments when you get that team component that a hockey team or a baseball team would get. It's a big challenge. I think a lot of people don't understand the obstacles that we face, just from an expense standpoint and also a time standpoint. When we go to a cash deal, we generally have to add a day at the beginning and the end just for travel. And that's hard because you got to take more time off work, and then you also got to pay the flights, and that's probably the biggest challenge that we face. But also, we don't have a whole lot of competition, so we do have to travel to get the competitive games that we need to have. And when you're looking to build a new team, you don't have a luxury of having 20 top-level curlers in your province.
Yeah, Brad's the only guy from Newfoundland on our team. It was different this year going to the Brier and wearing the white and red for Newfoundland as opposed to the green and white PEI, which I've been used to. But I really enjoyed it. I think all the Newfoundland curlers and fans kind of embraced our team now. They're really supportive, and when we got back to Newfoundland after the Brier, everybody gave us a pat on the back, and I think they're going to support us into the future. I'm proud to live in St. John's right now, so really happy with that.